Hello, today I'll be reacting to Travis Meadows' Sideways, a live acoustic performance, and this is a tipped request. So I'm excited. I don't know who Travis Meadows is, and this was apparently uploaded well, it says this performance was recorded November 2017, so it's not that old in the grand scheme of things, because I listen to stuff from the 60s and 70s a lot. Okay, let's hear this.
If I could buy myself a conscience that wasn't broken, mend every fence I drove my hard head through, relock all the doors I wish I'd never opened, unlearn the things I wish I never knew. And it came out through the bottle, came out through my fists, came out way too early, I wish it never did. Push it down, comes out sideways. Push it down, it comes out sideways. Beat the roads turn into highways. Push it down, it comes out sideways, sideways, sideways. I have days where it's just nose above the water. Keep it together while I fall apart. I have moments when I act just like my father, the only man who ever broke my heart. And it comes out in my silence, sometimes unwanted tears. Comes out disguised as anger, but it's really fear. Push it down, it comes out sideways. Push it down, it comes out sideways. Bitter roads turn into highways. Push it down, it comes out sideways. Yes, it does.
Ooh, it's like this.
Push it down, it comes back up. 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 Push it down, it comes out sideways. Push it down, it comes out sideways. Bitter roads turn into highways. Push it down, it comes out sideways, sideways.
That was very beautiful. It's interesting because it's just the guitar and then the steel pedal. And the steel pedal adds so much, and that is a very common instrument in country music. And by country, I'm gonna say like all encompassing. Like, let's just say everything. A lot of people get upset when they hear country sometimes. They're Like even if I said bluegrass is under country, like bluegrass is under country. It's just that let's say like Nashville, there's Nashville dominated genres, then there's like everything else, right? So it's like LA, New York, where their music is very centered, right? Hip hop, EDM, rock, whatever. All those were basically based in LA or New York, right? And then Nashville is kind of the all encompassing, like all of the country and Americana genres and bluegrass kind of live in Nashville. Okay. So I do think there's a lot of convergence there, but then within that, there's so many genres, there's so many sub genres of country music, and some people hate like the Garth Brooks type country, but they love, they love bluegrass, right? And they're like, oh, this isn't country. It's like, yes, I'm not saying that that's what it is. This is like very folk based, like it's very based on like old Americana, just kind of like singing acoustically. Push it down, it comes out sideways. And I like the way he sings. It has a really nice vocal tone. But I had, you know what I was thinking about during this entire song? Push it down. Okay. I had an ex-boyfriend who came from like an Irish, well, he was American, but like his origins were kind of like Irish mainly. And kind of more a family where, generations of kind of alcoholism. Okay. And he used to talk about how he just pushes emotions down. He would literally say, push it down. That would be he would say that all the time. He's like, you just push it down. Okay. So that was the first time I'd ever heard anyone talk about pushing down emotions and like just putting it under the rug, basically. Like you just push it down, you don't address it, you don't bring it up, you don't deal with it, you put it down. And I remember that being like something he talked about. Like that's how he was raised, that's how his parents raised him, that's probably how they were raised. Like it's like generations of pushing it down. And then what he's basically saying here is when you push it down, it comes out sideways. And all I was thinking about is that what's very common um, in generational substance abuse, alcoholism, is that the alcohol is just a means of coping with other things. Like often alcoholics are actually depressed, but they don't deal with the depression. They drink to soothe the depression. Like, so I think what the song really means is when you push things down, they're going to come out sideways, meaning you're going to take the problem and instead of addressing it, things are going to get really twisted, really messed up, and then all these other problems are going to happen. And so that whole time when he's saying, push it down, it comes out sideways, he says this like 50 times in the song. I don't know, that's mainly the whole words. And so all I could think about is my ex-boyfriend who would just say, push it down, push it down. And I was always like, oh, that's not healthy. I grew up in a completely opposite type of house, which I'm not saying is better, it's just different. My family was more verbally very combative, not combative, but like open. Like, so you could just be very direct in my house and you could just like say how you felt. And so, yes, there was more common exchanges like, you did this and you did that, da, 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 and I feel like this, but there was more like of this. And so it doesn't seem as peaceful on the surface, but then you're not coming out sideways because you're just saying how you feel. Versus when you live in the repressment of emotions, it can't be healthy. And now if you like go to therapy and you read books and stuff, like no one thinks that pushing down your emotions is healthy. People who push down their emotions, it usually comes out later in some negative form. Or if you try to, people have like delayed trauma or like delayed, so they'll like, ignore a breakup for like 6 months and like pretend like they're fine and move on and rebound and whatever. And then later it's going to hit them, right? Or if they don't deal with like the loss or death of someone, like they just push down their emotions and go back to work the next day. That's the kind of thing. And then it comes out sideways. So I think this song is very like heartfelt in that way, that he kind of really describes that emotion of pushing it down, but the negative effect of that. And again, the only reason this reminds me so much is because that is just the only person I ever heard that from in my life was my ex-boyfriend. And that's the interesting thing, like the push it down. It comes out sideways. Well, not that it come out sideways, just like push it down, push it down. It's like, okay. I remember and I would just be like, I don't know if that's healthy. Like I was like, I think maybe you should like talk about it. But it was kind of generational because um I think even the parents' perspective was we'd rather have peace than, I don't even know what the right wording is, peace over, like, let's say the siblings were fighting over like the past, like they had qualms from their childhood. Um, the parents would have preferred that they just, just give us give us peace. Like, even if you don't feel that you're at ease with the person that you have an issue with, just keep everything peaceful at all costs, no matter what. We can't have any conflict. Like, that was like the ethos of the family. So again, people do things in different ways. It's just, I think most therapists would agree that's probably not long-term healthy. And I think especially if, and then, oh, and the other thing with people who drink is they'll push down their emotions when they're sober, but then when they drink, their emotions come out sideways. And that's when you get like the angry drunks and the resentful drunks and the yelling drunks and all that. And so I just think that isn't by mistake. Like, people who don't express their emotions when they're sober feel the need to drink to then let out those emotions when they're drunk. So, whatever. Who am I? Am I a therapist? No. But I am a voice teacher. So I coach a lot of my students in all sorts of life problems. So I've heard it all, family things and bullying and issues at school. I've just heard a lot of things because I'm a mother, So I just think you got to be able to talk about your problems. So you don't want to end up having them come out sideways, because that's when I think worse things can happen. Well, that was a really great song, and it made me think about all those things. So that's a good song that really you feel, you don't think. I wasn't really thinking so much. I was typing for a while, and then I kind of just stopped and was just like thinking about it emotionally. And I was like, huh. And that's a good song. See what I'm saying? That's like emotionally impactful. So let's mark it off my list. We get to turn it green. The sea of green is growing. Okay. And that was a tipped request from PayPal. To get to my spreadsheet in general for all requests, Linktree request form. Okay. And it will go straight onto my spreadsheet if you fill out that form. See, it just accumulates. It just goes in order with like timestamps. So you can see when people put the requests. And yeah. So let's see. Next, I will be doing someone great. I'll be doing something called Matt Corby in the next video. So looking forward to that. So please follow, subscribe, turn on notifications. I have all my other social medias listed on the link tree as well. And this has been so fun. I'm at 13,000 subs as of December 16th when I'm recording this. And it all started, honestly, it started with Billy Strings in April. That was the first reaction where I got like got traction. And it wasn't just about that. It was like I got to discover Billy Strings, because then after that I saw him at the Outlaw Music Festival a few weeks later, and then I saw him at the GD60 Dead and Company show in August in San Francisco. And so hopefully in 2026 I see Billy Strings a full show on his tour, but he's mainly like Southeast and East Coast. So I have to figure out if he's going to come out West. But yeah, that's the story. So I'm just saying the channel isn't just about making videos. It's like I'm actually on a musical journey, and I mean, I have over 500 videos. My spreadsheet's at 184 um, rows of completed music. So that's 184 new things that I didn't hear before now. So that's what it's really all about. Like, I feel like I've really expanded my musical knowledge, and I've built a community. I love seeing you guys comment and talk to each other in the comments. And, over on Patreon, we have a more intimate community. And so there's comments over there. And I have my YouTube members. Thank you so much for the, financial support. The cheapest membership level is $2 a month, and then that gives you access to all of the pre-release videos that come out like 2 to 3 weeks early for members. And then the $5 levels on both, I'm giving the live stream access. Like, so if I live stream and then you miss the live stream, you can watch the full live stream there. Because often when I clip it up, I definitely clip out parts from the live stream, just because I'm trying to like, oh, here's this song, clip it, post it as a separate reaction. And then the whole live stream is a separate thing. So those are on Patreon. And I think they're on YouTube under the live tab for the $5 membership and up. And then there's like I share random photos and like updates and stuff, whatever. But I'm figuring this out. I'm just a mom. I'm just a music teacher. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't think I was going to be a YouTuber, so I'm just learning as I go and trying to figure it out. And like the big time people are like really big time. They have like millions of subs and I'm like, "Ooh, 10,000. Wow." So, I'm just going day by day, figuring it out. All right, I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.